Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest tea there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, very unfortunate story here, y'all, as we have a successful Chicago stylist who was celebrating life and will end up losing it all within minutes of each other. You know how they say that your life can change in just a blink of an eye? Well, here's an example of just that, as this popular Chicago hairstylist who went by the name of Zahrie The Stylist was drowned to death as she was celebrating life. There was not much information as to what actually happened as of yet. It's just been marked as an accident. However, there's others out there that feel that Zahrie either may have been targeted, or as much people was there, nobody bothered to even help her. Friends that were there says that they did try to help. However, it was really nothing that they can do because the ocean waves were way too strong. Zahrie Walls was pronounced deceased after being found by a pier, but there's also other theories floating around due to Zahrie being close friends to Kanika Jenkins, whose death has also been one big conspiracy theory after another, after she was found frozen to death in a hotel freezer back in 2017 at just 19 years old. Some also say it was just an accident after Jenkins may have been intoxicated and walked herself into the hotel freezer and passed out. Meanwhile, evidence have came out throughout the years that shows it may have not been an accident like everyone thinks. That's a different story.
I need somebody that knows the Zahrie mother. I've never met her. But for your baby, if you need, with the little bit of knowledge and understanding I have, if you need or some help or whatever, reach out to me. I ain't perfect, but I be right on time. Zahrie stayed with me at one point. She was skinny free. And for me to just not hear this like a couple of hours ago, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Y'all live each and every day like it's your last day. I remember she used to come over my house and do hair. She was skinny free. And I told all of her friends, I would help y'all be successful. But I'd be damned if I would help y'all. If you're going to be in this house, you're going to go to school. So to let the mothers know I supported what y'all was on. She was doing hair and I told her, I said, you doing hair? I used to do hair a long time ago. And as long as I was doing it free, everybody came to me. But when I started charging $15, they started paying otherwise. So I told her, as long as you as raw as you is, keep doing what you do. I know it's easy for me to say, because she ain't hit herself. Trust me, I ain't no son. But it ain't for my words, because I ain't God. And I gotta get that. I'm giving her shots. But she was skinny free.
Now, after hearing about her friend Zahrie also passing away suddenly, someone commented under a post describing the incident saying, quote, "I've never seen two folks in the same group die by accident." Now, when it comes to Zahrie, I've seen many people on social media saying ignorant comments about her not knowing how to swim, which could have been the reason why she drowned. One user would say, quote, "If you don't know how to swim, stay out the water, especially if the whole group can't swim. Why didn't they have on life jackets in the first place?" Now, another user would say, quote, "Making sure I pay for swimming lessons for my kids." Now, the last user would say, quote, "This is so sad, oh my God. Black folks take swimming lessons. Go to the YMCA and take them. Do not go on a boat if you cannot swim." Now, the irony that it'll be your own people pushing weird stereotypes like that whereas they make it seem like most African Americans don't know how to swim. Silly stereotype. And of course, social media is going to be social media, so everyone's going to have something to say as if they know what's going on. But that's how easily you could show ignorance, because no matter how much you know how to swim, certain times of the year when the current and winds are very strong, you could be an Olympian swimmer. The water would take you no matter how good you can swim. This is why usually the captain will warn occupants to either have on life jackets or advise no one to jump overboard. Judging from Chicago residents who were familiar with the situation that happened and the weather, they will also chime in about the weather and water conditions the day everything took place. One user will say, quote, "A lot of boats out there were canceled due to heavy winds. It's more about safety measures than swimming. The captain should have definitely stressed the importance of life jackets and proper seating while aboard. Wind, water, boats, and people not mix well. It's just a tragic accident that could have been avoided." Now another user underneath Zahrie's picture on her page would say, quote, "Them waves too bogus. Nobody should have been out there today without the proper size boat. 4 boats sunk. Shaking my head, rest up, queen." A last user underneath her picture would say, quote, "At Zahrie The Stylist, I hate this happened to you. For those blaming her and others, if you weren't in Chicago yesterday, please refrain from the blame game. Honestly, no boat should have been out. The wind was violent, and when the wind is high like yesterday, the waves are treacherous. Praying for everyone that witnessed this tragedy and her family and friends." So what I've concurred from everything in a nutshell, there were people celebrating Yacht Weekend. However, the weather was unfit for the occasion, and it seemed like people still went out on the water. Some had boats that may have been able to withstand the weather, usually bigger boats. But for those that were on boats that were small and not able to withstand the weather and strong winds, they weren't so lucky. Although we haven't heard of anybody else losing their life, people who were there did say that other boats actually sunk due to the weather as well. So that just goes to show you that the weather may have been real bad. Like I told y'all before, it's not much information concerning the incident, but a Chicago Sun-Times news article would state, quote, "A 27-year-old woman died Saturday after she was pulled from Lake Michigan near Navy Pier. The woman was recovered from the water about 5:30 p.m. near the 600 block of 63rd Avenue, Chicago police said. She was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where she was pronounced deceased, police said. Detectives are investigating the circumstances of the incident." Now, according to others, they were celebrating Black Yacht Weekend, like I said before, and as she was dancing on the yacht, she made a mistake and slipped off the boat and fell into the water. The tragic accident happened near 63rd, and her body was found by the Navy Pier. According to Google, that's approximately 18 miles away from each other. Sheesh. Now, just like the Sun-Times article said, detectives are investigating to see if it was any foul play involved, but as of right now, it's just been marked as an accident. Now, after social media would accuse the friends of who was on the boat of not trying to help her, a girl who was present but had just met Zahrie on the boat would chime in herself. She would let it be known that she herself, along with someone else, actually did try to help and went as far as even jumping in the water to save Zahrie, but it was just unfortunate that they couldn't save her. However, they tried. She would have something to say as well, as she would take to her IG story and say, quote, "I hate y'all. Yes, the F we did try to help her. We threw in a rope, a vest, and all 2 of us off the boat jumped in and tried they effing hardest. We tried. Them waves are so effing bad and heavy. We thought about everybody. We were risking our lives for her and don't even know her. F y'all. I never experienced death. I'm effing ruined and hurt. I cried for that girl. I effing hate y'all." In another story, she would say, quote, "Worst day of my life. Mentally effed up. Don't even know her, but we tried our hardest. So effing bad. So effing bad. We wanted to get you so bad. We tried, man, we tried. You were strong. I'm sorry. We was having fun. That's all." Now in another story, she would say, quote, "F y'all. I ain't explaining nothing else. Y'all wasn't there. I know the real. I know who helped and who just stood there. So please shut the F up thinking y'all know it all when you don't. I'm done." Now in the comments of Zahrie's post, she would also send a message to people who said that nobody helped her, as she would say, quote, "Stop saying nobody helped her. I jumped in the water risking my life and I barely even knew her. That could have been any of us. Please stop." Now if you're wondering why she keeps saying she barely knew her, it's because she also claimed that the people that was actually with Zahrie and knew her stood there and were the ones that allegedly didn't try to help. Meanwhile, she didn't know her and she tried. She replied to a comment asking why she keeps saying that she barely knew her, and she would say, quote, "Because everyone is bashing me and nobody else tried helping her but me and my cousin. That's why. I did not know her, and that's the truth. But since we all on the boat, I acknowledged her and we started talking, but I don't know her. It was people there who knew her and did nothing. I made it my duty to help. So lady, shut up, cause you don't know ish about nothing. Was you there? Would you have jumped in? Okay, all that mouth, go to hell." Now once again, social media is gonna be social media. And being that she stepped in and admitted that she was actually there and social media got to see her page, y'all know they was definitely gonna antagonize her with the shoulda, woulda, and couldas if they was there and what they would have done. However, we can't accurately say what went down because simply none of us was there. The only thing I would have suggested is that she had a life jacket on. But we can't single her out because none of them had life jackets on either, but it's more highlighted for her because the incident happened involving her. Now, of course, we all got a lot of questions when it comes to the situation. I do find it ironic that she's the only one that fell, but the question is, did she fall and nobody noticed until it was too late? Right? If everybody was on a boat that small, I'm pretty sure it's kind of hard to miss somebody fall when you're right there on the boat with them and it was a good amount of people. So how was she able to get away so far before anybody noticed or before anybody can actually help? But like I said, maybe they didn't see her, or maybe the waves were just that strong. Who knows? Was she intoxicated? And if so, how much did she have to drink? I don't know, man. Just a lot of questions. But what we can say is that judging from the people that knew her, she seemed like a great person. I think I seen somewhere where someone said she was a mother as well. And if that is true, then my condolences go out to her child and her family. For y'all out there, be careful this summer. And when you go out, try taking as much precaution as you could to not only save your life, but to protect others that you're with as well. I'm sure Zahrie didn't wake up and expect that to happen to her. And as she was just trying to have fun, her life came to an end. As more come out about this situation, we will keep you guys updated. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.